this is Mallrat, and this is Black is the New AP Style. So this is your second time in the Chicagoland area. You just came back, or you were just here previously with Maggie Rogers. So tell me about the different tour scenarios that you've been on recently with her and now with Nash.
They've both been really fun. Like Maggie Rogers, the venues were a bit bigger. And that's the main difference really. The crowds are both really lovely and
That's
come
good.
early to see us, and yeah.
You have such a fun audience. Like, we just got to watch you, and they know your songs, and they're singing along, and they're jumping up and down. What is that experience like from your perspective of watching the crowd and seeing that kind of participation?
Well, it's nice to see. It's always like you don't expect it when you're the support act. So when people do know the words, it's really, really nice. But I hope you can come to one of my headline shows one day, because it's like everybody's singing and it's the coolest thing ever. It's the best thing ever.
So does that mean there's a headlining show coming soon?
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully. Yeah.
So for those who haven't seen a Mallrat show, what can they expect when coming to see you?
We just kind of like denim DJs and I sing, and there's a lot of dancing and a really nice crowd, so you'll probably make friends at the show. Yeah.
I love that. So I want to go back to the beginning for you because, I mean, first of all, obviously, if you couldn't tell, Australian.
Yeah.
But I heard a story that you found a species of spider as a child. What?
It was kind of chance. So I saw it at in a family friend's garden. It was on their car, and I showed my dad, and I was like, Dad, like, this looks really weird. I would have been like 5 or 6 at the time. And he was like, yeah, I've never seen anything like that before. Let's take it to the museum. And then we took it to the museum, and they were like, yeah, no, this is a new species. And they like made me a little certificate being like, Grace Shaw, this is presented to you from the Queensland Museum to say that you've discovered this species. And yeah. So it was like my biggest achievement.
and now you're in music.
Yeah, now I'm in music, but I might go back to entomology if I get bored.
There you go. So tell me about the beginning of your music career, because you are so young and you started it, not that long ago compared to, in time in general, I guess. So what was that inspiration of kind of transitioning into wanting to make that your career?
Well, when I was really little, I wanted to be a singer, like a pop star. And then when I got to like being like 11 or 12 years old, that doubt that everybody gets at that age kicked in.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, that's never gonna happen. I don't know anybody who does that. It's not a realistic job. Like, people don't actually have that as a job. And then I just forgot about it. And then I went to this concert of this guy called All Day when I was in grade like 10 or 11 at high school. And yeah, I just kind of like could see myself doing it, and I had like a really crazy feeling when I was there. So I decided to go home and try and make some songs on my computer, and then I sent it to a few people, and then everything was really well received, and then it kind of went from there.
That's so cool.
Thank you.
Has your songwriting process changed since the high school days, and if so, how has it?
Yeah, it's kind of come full circle in a weird way, because at the very beginning I was making beats and singing over the top of the beats, but I never put out those early songs that I made like that. And then I started working with producers or getting sent beats or finding beats on SoundCloud, so I stopped producing for a moment and was like just writing over the top of it. And yeah, because everybody was so much older than me, it was like older guys who were doing the production, I was like, I didn't feel confident that I could be a producer. Like, I felt like unqualified. And then I realized that you don't need to be qualified to be a producer. You just have to tell people you're a producer. And so with the first EP was like all beats I was sent on SoundCloud, and then co-produced everything on the second EP. And now for this third one I'm making, I'm like co-producing or completely producing everything. So I'm really proud of that and excited about that.
That's so exciting. And that was going to be the final question, is tell me what you've got going on this year. What can we look forward to?
Yeah, so another EP, which is almost finished. Lots of shows. Yeah. Well, I will mostly be working on whatever comes after the next EP. That's not close. That's not far from being finished. So
Any kind of full length in the works, or are you having fun with all these EPs and getting
I
kind
love
of change everything?
EPs, but I think it'll be an album after this EP.
Okay. Very cool. Well, thank you so much for sitting down and chatting
Thank
with me.
you.
I'll catch you guys next time.
Thank you.